Hello guys, how's it going? Let's see who's next. Scorpio. Scorpius. Okay, so keep in mind these are the original zodiacs before they changed them from the 13th to the 12th and dropped a Fiacus. Alright? If your birth date does not fall within this category, do not fear or do not worry just because or think there's a problem. Just do your research on when and why they changed it over. There's lots of different things out there. Discern for yourself. Scorpio. November 23rd to November 29th. Scorpion, Mercury, Quicksilver, Hematite, Topaz, Wednesday, Thyroid, and Lungs. There may be a little bit of a standstill, or maybe you've had some challenges, but I believe that you're going to come up out of those challenges, okay? Now, for some of you, you may be a little bit stuck in ego, but not in a bad way. More just holding your own vibrational frequency, not allowing anybody to come in between you and whatever goals, or you have a bit of a breakthrough. And you do have experience, especially in the spiritual realm of it. Differ, to be unlike or distinct, to disagree, to be at variance. So you may not be like a lot of people that you surround yourself with. You may be the one that shines or stands out. You may have a very strong opinion of what it is that you like, what you dislike, and you have no problem voicing that or standing up for yourself. Like I said, you may have you may be in a situation where you're kind of like pinned between a rock and a hard place, but that's just subconscious programming. That has nothing to do with what you can actually achieve. Okay, so if you're worried about other people, which I don't really think you are, sometimes deep down we do have this like a little bit of a nagging voice that says we worry about what people think, but on the outside, what you're reflecting to other people around you is not translating like that. So even if you do have a small little phobia of that or anything that's kind of like nagging at you, you're not allowing it to be visible to anybody outside of you, okay? Subsidy, a sum of money granted for a purpose, a sum given by the government to meet expenses. So here in Canada, they are going to be handing out certain things to people. I think there's something to do with like $200 for those that made a specific amount of income that, you know, finished their taxes before December 31st on 2023. And you may be looking forward to getting some sum of money or help from the government. Maybe you lost your job recently and you're kind of being, I wouldn't say codependent on that, but it's something that you've already worked for and you may be in between jobs right now. So have no fear about that. It doesn't look, it's a short-term thing. It doesn't look like it's going to be long-term. So don't really worry too much about that. Let's get into the tarot cards, see what Scorpio has to say. Any energies affecting my throat chakra, please lift, remove, transmute into positivity through understanding, into positivity. Through lessons learned or whatever we can get out of the situation indefinitely. Okay, so you are connected with your inner child. You are connected with the solace, the whole solar plexus energy. You have no problem staying on top of your horse, riding into the sun, enjoying whatever it is around you that you created. You have no problem standing in your root chakra. So you got your solar plexus and your root chakra are extremely lit. You do have a bit of your heart chakra as well, but it's kind of guarded off to other people. So unless somebody earns your respect specifically, unless they've done something to show you that they deserve to share in your energy or have anything to do with you, you've kind of got a guarded wall up. If you can see in the background, there's a bit of a wall there and all this greenery around. Okay, so you have a bit of a guard up for those and sharing your heart chakra energy. And I don't really think that that's a problem. Maybe a problem to other people, but that's not your concern. Okay, you're allowed to set your boundaries anyways. Eight of Coins. So even if you're in between jobs right now, you're still working hard towards whatever it is that your goals are. So you are still pushing forward. You're still moving forward. Even if there is, let's say you had two incomes and only one of them is doing well, you're still striving towards whatever goal you have. You have no problem putting in the work, the time, the effort, the energy of yours even, towards whatever it is that you're trying to do to manifest these pentacles or coins, so to speak. And I wouldn't say that's your main concern, but it's almost like you understand that when you put all this effort and time into it in this 3D matrix, you understand the rewards of that so that you can relax, enjoy yourself, have fun. Even if you are kind of in between right now, you understand that there will be something else, and you're not fully, you don't really get, not like some other people, you don't get stuck in this spiral energy where you feel like nothing's going your way. You have a lot of hope, a lot of determination, and you may be actually following other people in their footsteps, like watching how other successful people do it, whether it be on YouTube or maybe it's people that are around you that are successful. And who we hang out with definitely determines on how our energy is affected too. If we're around a bunch of people that aren't really doing much with their lives and are kind of stuck in a sort of mode of being comfortable, I would call it comfortable, yeah, then, you know, you start to embody and share your energy with those around you as well. And if you're around a lot of successful people, not only will you get insight into how to better your situation, but you'll get a little bit of a motivational boost too off of their energy. And I wouldn't say that you're the person that comes along and steals from other people, but you do get inspired. Whether or not you voice that is a whole other thing. That may be personal to you. I think you would give credit where credit's due. I think if somebody's doing really extremely well, you have no problem. You're confident enough in yourself, you're comfortable in yourself to say, congratulations, you know, you've worked really hard, or, you know, you've been doing a really good job, you deserve this, or like a pat on the back, so to speak. You have more than enough courage. You do have a lot of love to give, and you have the experience and knowledge that has got you to where you are right now. I think this whole idea of keeping your heart chakra open, but at the same time limiting who you share your cup of love to, has kind of gained you this kind of control over yourself, so that nobody can come along and really mess with that. All right, which is really nice. I would say you're choosy. You have the endurance, the passion, the drive. I know a lot of Scorpios, they don't give two fucks. When they have a goal set in mind, they go directly for whatever it is that they want. They're not going to let nobody stop them. But the only thing is that when they do let somebody come into that heart chakra energy, that bubble of theirs that they created, or behind the walls, once they lower the bridge, so to speak, and allow the person to come over into that space, it is a huge gamble, because if a person gains your trust and respect in any way, shape, or form, and then they turn around and betray you, it does have an effect on you quite significantly. And you understand this, you comprehend this. This is why you have your walls up to certain people and only allow certain people in your energy right now. The whole changing over of jobs or careers or whatever it is that you're in between right now is necessary, okay? What it's doing is it's recalculating and guiding you on a different pathway, because maybe the other pathway that you were headed down may have seemed a bit successful or doing what you need to do for yourself, but at the same time, where it would have ended you up is not quite fair, and it's not quite, what's the word? It wouldn't have benefited you as much as you think it would have, okay? You have to be rational about it and understand that sometimes when you're course corrected, the divine universe is giving you the opportunity to be in different energies and also learn new lessons that you've been given, okay? Rest, recover. Maybe you've gone through enough anxiety and you need a bit of rest, okay? You got the Four of Swords here. You're getting sleep. Maybe you weren't sleeping before, not sleeping at all, and you were kind of all stuck up in your head because, like I said, Scorpios are passionate, but sometimes they can get in their own head too. when it comes to their drive and ambitions, they can tend to overthink a little bit. All right. But you've been battling with certain things, and now you're kind of just taking a moment, maybe doing reflection, maybe just getting, this almost reminds me of, you know, when somebody puts their hands above their head, as in surrender, or as in if to say the whole energy, like I don't have to explain myself to anybody. You know, when they put their hands behind their head like this, has a couple different meanings. This one's only got one though, and it's the left side, governed by the right brain, which would be the creativity. So maybe you're being more submissive to your creative side, and allowing yourself to be in that solar plexus childlike energy, which is allowing you to manifest and create new stuff, which is maybe why you're being course corrected as well. Okay. Let's see, what else can we get here? Scorpio. Devote one's lifetime or fully to a specific or specified cause or purpose. So you could feel like you have found your purpose, and maybe you want to head in that direction. That's what you're co-creating with the divine universe right now, okay? You are very dedicated and loyal, dutiful, especially in one's religious observances, or pious or devout. Devout in one's wife, especially in excessive or fawning way, okay? Devotion of great respect, awe, and shown to God, if you believe in that, reverence and veneration, devotion or excessive admiration. So like an idol, a hero, or worshiping. So you could worship yourself, or there could be other people, like I said, that influence you, that you, I wouldn't say you kiss the ground upon which they walk on, but you definitely respect and admire what they do, and you take some sort of that into your own actions and words and development of self so that you can move forward. So it kind of gives you the motivation and maybe a spark of creativity to do more things for yourself, which is nice to see, because when you're cheering other people on, it can be really inspirational. It can really boost us and move us forward. And I think you're very loyal to the people that have gained your respect and gained your trust. Mushroom illustration. Mushroom lover is called a mycophile. Mycophile? Interesting. Mushroom shaped. You could just like mushrooms, or maybe this is something that you play with either when you were younger and experimented, or now as an adult. This is something that you use to expand your psyche. Underground, considered a great delicacy, a truffle. So you yourself, like I said, you could be very different from the people around you. So maybe you're like a delicacy to other people. Your energy is very special, and it's unique. So when other people get a taste of that, they may really be addicted to it, which is why you probably keep your boundaries high out of respect to yourself, okay? An edible mushroom of various types. Fungus of the family that includes mushrooms, a thin skin or outer covering on the cap of a mushroom. So maybe on the outside you seem a certain way, but that's just kind of a protection. So there's like a thin layer to you that maybe some other people can witness you as, but there is way more to it. It's kind of like a protective cloaking. I would put it as a protective cloaking. Some people are really good at cloaking themselves completely, and other people just put a thin layer. Other people don't have cloaking at all. They don't protect themselves, but I would definitely say you protect yourself, no problem. I don't think you have a fucking problem with that at all. Showing or demonstrating directly, ostensive, and showing or demonstrating indirectly. Stick. I don't know if I'm saying that right. ELENCTIC. Showing or seeing everything. So you could be activated with your third eye. Your third eye is probably lit, and you have no problem seeing well into the future for certain things, or at least knowing, like a chess game, how things play out. Can we get a little bit more on the King of Cups? Who is this individual? This may be your energy, or this is the person that you are kind of watching. Somebody close by. somebody that you respect, or this is your energy fully. The Empress. So we got the King of Cups and the Empress. So the Empress, to clarify the King of Cups. So you could be standing in both your masculine and feminine energy, which means you would have had to go through a lot of trials and tribulations. You would have had to learn a lot. Maybe you went through some traumatic experiences that gained you the wisdom that you got to this very point. And you've worked hard to keep your energy for yourself, okay? But to clarify the King of Cups with the Empress usually has insight, wisdom, and knowledge. So if you carry the masculine energy and the King of Cups energy, willing to share with other people, but you also have your own gifts, talents, and abilities. You also have the ability to protect yourself if need be. You have the ability to defend others. You have the ability to have the insight and wisdom, and also have intuitive downloads for whatever it is that you seek. Unless this is a partner of yours. If you are in the King of Cups energy and you're partnered up with the Empress, can we get a little bit more on that? Lack of judgment. And I don't mean in a negative way. This is somebody that maybe you see as your equal. So between the King of Cups and the Empress. Now, this can either be lack of judgment between two people and having an understanding, which is why you're in the upright, but it also came out over towards the Eight of Coins. So the situation that you're in right now, the reason you're being recourse directed is because of the lack of judgment. Maybe you didn't fully understand how other people have made judgment calls on your behalf, maybe in a wrong state. Let's say they were jealous or insecure or something, and you were butting a lot of heads at work and things weren't really playing out in your favor, which is why you're headed towards something else. There could have been other people that made poor judgment calls for you. I wouldn't say that you had a lack of judgment, other than maybe standing your ground a little bit stronger. Let's say you should have got a raise or something, or the amount of work you were putting in wasn't nothing compared to the people around you. But we got the Judgment in reverse. It's a bit of a hardship. What else can we get for the Judgment in reverse? We got the King of Cups that came over the Empress. Or the Lovers that came over the King of Cups and Empress. Could this be a workplace thing? Or did your relationship maybe get in the way of your job? Maybe not at work itself, but you know how sometimes if we can't keep our work and love life separate, it does have an impact on us. Let's say our love life's going a certain way and we get too caught up in the clouds of something and we're not really paying attention to what we're focused on. Or maybe the other person, like this Empress, has told you what's going on at your workplace. And you're starting to understand now. You may have given people the benefit of the doubt. This Empress has told you that other people may not see your full value or potential, and you wanted to switch it up. Maybe that's why you're going somewhere else. What can we get for the Four of Swords? The King of Clubs. Taking the time to calm yourself down. So this King of Cups up here could have been the person that you were focused on. The Empress, to clarify the King of Cups, could have given some information on maybe other people's motive behind what they do. And you could have a connection with this person. This could be a lover's. But then we've got the King of Clubs as well. This is usually somebody that's pretty quick-witted, somebody that's pretty funny. I don't know what the relation to you is, but it has something to do with the Four of Swords. So this person could have maybe wore you out, or maybe this was who you were challenged with. Here's the King of Cups. The Three of Swords. Somebody that tries to cause some sort of heartache. This person could have tried to come between you and the other person. And maybe that's why you've not been so focused on the job, or maybe this is somebody that you did work with and they kind of got in between this whole Lovers dynamic here. Spacious, comfort. What else can we get? Three of Swords for the King of Clubs. Maybe you journal, or maybe you like journaling. The Emperor. So we got the Empress and Emperor. There's a lot of people that are in your energy. I can understand why you kept such a high wall up. There's a lot of people that have an influence on what it is that you do, or what you did do. I don't know if you're still working at the same place or you're not anymore, or what you're working towards, but whatever it is. So for the Four of Swords, I got the King of Clubs. Okay, and then I got the Three of Swords, something to do with heartbreak. You could be recovering from heartbreak, maybe of a past lover. And then we got the Emperor, maybe from what you've gone through has led you into the Emperor energy. So you could have went from this King of Cups energy into the Emperor energy. And this Empress could have helped you. This could be somebody that actually runs their own business or is business mindset as well. This Empress could have given you some clarity. You could have left the old job, and maybe you didn't have the Judgment before. You were in the Judgment in reverse, so you didn't quite see the full picture, but this other person's kind of giving you some clarity the more you're with them. And so you're taking the time to go within, heal from whatever this is. The heartbreak could just mean, too, it doesn't have to be romantic. This could be somebody that gained your trust, somebody you allowed in, somebody that you looked up to and then betrayed you in some way, which is heartbreaking too, because Scorpios are very passionate as well. Yeah, they can hate and really sting a person when they're angered or somebody betrays them, but at the beginning they have huge hearts. Spin, to draw out and to twist into threads, to protract, to whirl, to make threads as a spider, to work at drawing and twisting threads, to rotate, to go quickly, an act of spinning and a rapid run. So whatever this is, there's people that have ties to you specifically. This could be energetic threads. So if you need to do some cord cutting, do so. During your relaxation or your rest or something like that, you need to be able to cut the threads from people that have been pulling on your energy. If you got to this Emperor energy, if this is you, you've already gone through several different phases, okay? So you went through the King of Cups, you went through the King of Clubs. And in order to get to the Emperor, you would have had to gone through the other two as well. The King of Swords and the King of Pentacles. So these were the last two stages that you would have had to go through. This can technically be a lustful energy as well. If it's in the reverse, it's not. But that might have been a lesson that you had to learn. Once you have mastered yourself, you get to the Emperor energy. Okay? You can get some past life oracle cards. Knowledge. So what you're learning. Greco-Roman. So you could have Greco-Roman ties. Most definitely have that DNA flowing through your veins. There was a lot of people in powerful energies, ones that are like leaders. And this came out underneath the Eight of Coins. So what you're meant to do might be more so on the leadership side. Maybe not so much taking, orders from other people. What else do we got? Movement forward. And then we got knighthood, very noble, like I said. And then you've got the unicorn on the shield as well, symbolic. I know it's a mythological creature, but usually has wisdom and knowledge. And there's guidance there as well. You hold your sword up very high. That reminds me of the Ace of Swords energy. Okay, you'd have no problem speaking the truth, saying what you need to. You could just embody that kind of energy of being a protector, a leader. And whatever it was that you were doing previously, you knew you wanted to stay in your happiness, so you had to step up out of that. You might have just needed some encouragement, and that could have been this Empress here. Or this could be you influencing somebody else to change it up, okay? farm. So you, your family, even your past ancestors are used to owning land or some sort of dynasty. Large masses of land, specific. Yeah, it has to do with agriculture and farming and stuff like that. But when it comes to owning land, that's usually something that's passed down in generations. That's family oriented. So you could start getting a better understanding of what was passed down to you, or what was supposed to be, I don't want to say entitled to you, but what you are meant to be getting. You have the willpower and the desire to keep pushing forward. You got the survival techniques and the patience. You've been through several tests already. Vows. You took a vow to yourself, a vow to your inner child. No problem there. And you're going to push forward, whatever this is. Can we get some clarity on the Emperor energy? This came out over child, inner child. Knight of Clubs. Charging forward. Ready for battle. We've also got Knight out up here as well. So your younger version of yourself, whom which you do appreciate and love and care about, is more of the Knight of Clubs energy. And it's weird because all these energies coming out, it doesn't feel separate. They feel joined in some way. Again, with the tethers, the lines, the strings, and all that sort of thumb. So thumbprint. These almost seem like stages. Stages or emotions. That's what it feels like. Can we get a Island Time Wellness card for Scorpio? Over the King of Cups. Palm trees. Stability, security, performance, growth, endurance, and flexibility. You are very flexible when it comes to the certain things that you are capable of doing. You have no problem with that. You can perform any task that is expected of you. You learn really quickly. You're starting to understand yourself much better. It looks like these are different phases that you've gone through. Normally they would come up as different people. Coffee cup. Meeting and conversing, savoring the moment, feeling uplifted in friendship. The only thing I'm getting through that is the whole idea of almost like sipping on a beverage or sitting there and looking out over like a landscape and having the sun come up. And how it feels on your face. And it's almost like a gratitude energy of how grateful you are and all that you've worked hard for. This could be a retirement too. I don't know the age that I'm looking at right now. It's like a need. So this could be something you're gaining towards or your goal towards. Meeting and conversing. You could have talked with different people in the past about the different ideas that you had, maybe about retirement. But you do feel uplifted enough. Don't tell everybody everything for your certain things that you want to accomplish, okay? If you're still headed towards something, don't divulge all the information. Maybe little tidbits, but don't tell them the whole thing. Okay, we've got photograph. Look at your photos, missing you, nostalgia, and make new memories. We got keys on a ring. Many options, decisions, unconventional, string along, one night stand. Again with the strings. You may really have to do a cord cutting ritual, okay? And don't string anybody along if they're not for you, if they haven't earned your respect, if they are a little bit wavering in their loyalty to you. Do not worry about that. You don't have to fall for that sort of thing, okay? You can just you'll do just fine on your own. And then we've got seduction, attraction, flirting, dating, hooking up, temptation, and third-party interference. Whatever was in the past that you went through, there could have been a third-party interference, okay? If it's not this individual here. If these are all your energies, you could have experienced it, and that's what you learned from, because the Emperor came out at the very end. I don't suggest just hooking up with anybody. If your energy is very powerful and strong, I don't suggest you just give that sacral energy away to just anybody, okay? And healing heart. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationship or addiction. It seems like you're headed on the right path. Maybe some fears that you had in the past were holding you a little bit back, but you have more than enough energy to keep moving forward. Can I get a card over here? Mind the noise in the background. I'm making cabbage rolls. Look into the meaning of your name and your birth names one at a time for more clarity. So each birth name that you have, you can break it down in long or short form, so you can get the root words to each of the names as well. You can look for and make a list on a piece of paper of all the meanings behind your different names, and then the origin and going all the way back and where they came from. This is going to give you a little bit more clarity too, because when we hold a name, that holds energy as well. There's a given meaning behind it, and sometimes we embody that energy or carry it with us, good or bad. I know I've done a couple deciphering of different people's names where the first name and the second name or middle name were really positive, high energy, and then the last name carried a lot more lower vibrational frequency. So that would be the karma that came from unlearned lessons that are passed down to us. All right, but you do have a knighthood mentality, even if you're not maybe carrying that out right now. I think that's what you want to do. Could be like a form of tradition as well. What else we have here? Come on. Which one's this one? Ask living relatives to tell you something they have kept a secret from you as a child. So when you ask them, you have to be very stern about it and not jokingly, all right? Just watch the reaction or listen to what it is that they have to say. If you have your third eye chakra lit and you have your other gifts, talents, and abilities, you'll be able to see and discern whether they're being deceptive or fully telling you the honest truth about something. So when you ask the question, make sure you ask it honestly and you have good intention behind it, which is getting to the source, getting to the truth, okay? One more. Third eye chakra. Okay. That may have a bit of disruption too, depending on what you're going through. A couple of rooms. Peace is what you're going for. Don't go for giant danger. We got Anzus. Prosperity, vitality, signals, Odin, leader, justice, communication, insight, truth, wisdom, mouth, and guilt. So letter A, and it's green for heart chakra. I don't need to read any more. Hopefully that helps.